Welcome back to the latest NZ Octane React video. Today we're going to be reacting to Inside Garage. They've got a video on an FD Rx7 called the Hulk, so let's get into it.
So I don't mind saying, I'm proud and all that. I'm not.
Oh, I like that colour. That's really nice. That is... It's real different. It's a real different colour.
I'm more looking for just capturing how you felt.
But it's... yeah, wow.
I love that sound.
I'm from Chipping Northern, New South Wales, and this is my Mazda RX7, the Hulk.
I love the sound of rotaries. They are so cool. I mean, that's not why I got my RX8, but oh, I love the rotaries. I'm in a little bit of a dilemma at the moment, what sort of way I want to go with the RX8, but I guess we'll see.
My first car was a Honda Prelude, 93 model, 4th gen. I bought it stock and I put a body kit on it and lowered it and put rims on it. I always wanted to buy a Mazda RX7 FD. I imported it from Japan. I just wanted a nice street car and I always wanted to build a 3-row.
I'll just go back a little bit. I quite like... Back in the 2000s, now you see videos of back in the 2000s when like people just had stickers on their cars, or like almost like liveries, but like people actually customize their cars. Now people just do the colors and keep it plain and basic. You don't see anyone going out the way like this, which I really like. And I would do something like that to my car because I think it stands out. It's cool. It's, you know, your own personality with it. You design it to how you want. Now everything is just so plain and basic.
I always wanted to build a 3-rotor, so I had a body kit on it. It didn't have any wheels.
That's nice.
I had minor mods, built the engine, put a mold port engine into it, put wheels, put the interior, lowered it a bit more, and all my cars have always been white back in the days. So I had a white Prelude, then I bought a white RX7, purchased S2000, really nice. Modified that a little bit, then the Audi A5, just went a bit of a Euro kind of car. I had a V35 Skyline.
I think these Skylines, they get a lot of hate because they come under the Skyline name. I think if they didn't have that Skyline name with them, then they would probably be treated a little bit better. I don't think they're bad cars. I don't think that they look terrible as well. They look cool when they're customized, but also a lot of them that you see around just have like a shitty eBay wing on them, which makes them look crap. But as a whole car, they can look nice and tidy and actually be a fun car that, yeah, I think they're just a bit underrated.
And after that I had a V36 Skyline, put that on bags, I made it a nice cruiser.
See what I mean? That looks clean. It's just a nice, you can make them look just a nice clean car, and you don't see many of them out at meets. After
that I actually purchased Chrysler 300C SRT.
They're
that
cool
was
as
on
well,
bags
those.
Also with billet wheels, 24-inch wheels, but my heart was always in the Mazda RX7. I always wanted to put a 20B 3-rotor. So firstly, before I bought my RX7, I bought the engine before I bought the car.
Oh, look at that through there. The 20B as well. Oh, just bridge-ported 13Bs or 20Bs. Just bridge-ported rotaries. Just the bap, 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 bap. They sound so cool. Oh, I love the sound of them.
The car got imported from Japan. I just wanted a bone stock RX7 that
That's crazy how far it's come.
So as soon as it got registered on the street, I drove it home and I stripped the whole car.
So with this, you can tell that there's a lot of thought gone in with it. A lot of thought, and it's turned out well.
Put the 20B engine in to the RX7 and then realised that it was sticking out of the bonnet too much, so I had to purchase a subframe from Canada. So we had to relocate the power steering to the front of the engine.
Just everything is so clean on it.
Knew that I had to upgrade the gearbox, the differential, fuel lines had to be upgraded.
Like, look at that, even the underneath is just painted and it looks so nice. The whole car just really goes together. I quite like the green. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, but that green is, I think it's nice. I think it's cool to see cars that are different colours out of the norm. You know, your own personality in it.
Upgraded. The brake lines had to be upgraded because I didn't
nice
want
rims.
to delete the ABS system, and the list just goes on and on.
Ooh. Let's just hear that fire up again.
Didn't want to delete the ABS system, and the list just goes on and on. I know my personality's in it, but what was my aim? Just to prove to myself what I can build.
You see, he's doing a car build where he's putting his own personality into it. And I think that's what's missing a little bit from the car community these days, is just everyone does the same thing. You don't get people are too afraid, I think, to customize it how they like, because there's a lot of negativity in the car scene, and I think a lot of people aren't accepting of other people's builds. Like, you do often at meets hear people talking shit about other people's cars, which is quite unfortunate, because I think everyone's a bit guilty of that. You see a car and you're like, oh, that looks shit, or oh, I don't like that, I don't like that. It's okay to not like it, but also I don't think you should put other people down too much with what they're doing, their build, or what car they've got. Some cars have stereotypes for a reason, but I don't know, I think the car community needs to sort of try and accept other people's cars a little bit.
So the engine is a
That's so
Bridgeport,
nice.
styled. It's got an excessive lower intake manifold to put more injectors than standard. Or
Look at that turbo. Oh, single turbo, 20B. Oh, that's nice.
stainless steel braided lines, custom intercooler and radiator, 3 fuel pumps. The main aim was power, so that's why we went with 3 1200cc injectors on the primaries and 6 2400cc injectors on the secondaries, because we needed the fuel. So a few weeks ago we put it on the dyno. We made 997.5 horsepower.
Ooh.
Because I know that the engine can handle it. It was all about the fuel and the coils and all that kind of stuff.
Look at that. Almost 1,000 horsepower. Oh man, that thing would be so cool to drive. That's... Oh man, hearing that thing scream at 10,000 RPM. Because I mean, those rotaries rev so much higher than just your standard piston engine, but... Man, that thing would sound so cool.
But yeah, I'm wrapped about 997. So it has a OS Geekin billet gearbox, 5-speed. It's nice for the street, drove like a normal car.
Nice.
Then I have a Ford 8.8-inch diff imported from the States from Grannis Racing. Although the Bridgeport is quite aggressive on the street, it does feel like a go-kart. So around corners it goes.
I think there's just something about bridges. Everyone knows that. I mean, there's other different ports, but most of the time when you hear about somebody wanting to modify a rotary, it's always Bridgeport. Because I mean, you've got Monster Porsche. I don't know if that's more than a Bridgeport, but you've got like semi-Ps or semi-PP, semi-ports. Yeah, there's actually quite a bit that you can, a few different ports that you can do just to get what you want out of the car. He's obviously wanting to get high horsepower, so it makes sense to go for a bridgie. But yeah, oh man, that thing is just stunning.
It does feel like a go-kart. So around corners it goes very well, but when you put your foot down and it goes on boost, yeah, you can actually feel it. Oh yeah, the turbo.
Just ripping.
291mm billet cop turbo with precision Westgate 66mm. I knew I had to stop after having power, so I got Brembo G.
I wonder what sort of PSI he's running. I'd like to know what PSI that turbo's pushing in that thing. I mean, that's a massive turbo. He might be running, I don't know, he's probably running 30 pounder boost. That's my guess. Someone's going to correct me on that or tell me I'm wrong. I'm just guessing. To me, makes sense, I guess, as to what you'd be running. I'm not the most clued on, but I don't know. I guess probably around 30 PSI.
GTs, 380mm on the front and 355mm on the rear.
Those are nice
These wheels
rims.
came out a few years back, and as soon as I saw it in the magazine, I said I needed to have them. The wheels are...
Just look at that. Oh, the Rocket Bunny kit. Those wheels just match with the car so well. That colour, it's just so, it stands out so much. Oh man, love rotaries, so cool. What's everyone else's thoughts on rotaries? Because some people hate them, a lot of people don't like rotaries because they're like, oh, they're so unreliable and all this. My RX-8's done 120,000 Ks, which I get that it's not overly high, but that's still without an engine rebuild and the original Apex seals. It's probably going to come up soon. It's going to be expensive. Don't know if I'll do the LS swap or keep it rotary. I'm in two minds about what I want to do with the build, but yeah, it's still going strong though on those Apex seals.
I said I needed to have them. The wheels are work wheels, CR3Ps, 3-piece.
Nice.
The rears are 20 by 11.5 inches, and the fronts are 20 by 9.5. The tyres are Nitto Invos. Why did I choose them? Because I look good.
Fair enough. And it's not always about trying to get the most performance out of everything on the car. You got to enjoy it. What's the point in doing shit to the car just if you don't like it? You know, make it your own. Not everyone needs to like your car, as long as you like your car and what you've done with it. That's the main thing.
Nitto Invos. Why did I choose them? Because I look good.
And they do look good.
I got inspired from the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, how they had a lot of carbon and Alcantara. So that's
Nice.
why my whole interior is stiff.
Oh, look at that. There's a lot of money that's been put into this car. That interior is just so clean. Carbon, like, dash area. Ooh, that is just immaculate. I like the gauge setup, how he's got it over there, just above the glove box. Man, that just looks stunning.
Stitched in Alcantara with green stitching, and the rest is like carbon doors, carbon steering wheel, carbon dash.
Nice.
The seats are Bride Lomaxes. I have a Microtech 7-inch.
Everything in the car just ties together. Like the seat belts, obviously the paint, green Lomax stitching. Like all the stitching on the inside's been done to like green to make it all match, and it just flows together so well. You can tell there's been a lot of time, money, and thought put into this car, which is awesome.
Bride Lomaxes. I have a Microtech 7-inch digital screen, so it shows me all the specs of the vehicle when I'm driving. I've got Defi gauges all the way through. Also have limited edition Mazda speed gear knob and
cool.
handbrake lever. To complete the car, I said I needed a sound system, so it's a full Alpine head unit, speakers, two 10-inch subs, and the fiberglassing in the back is all done by me. It's dipped in carbon.
Very nice.
The bass is actually pretty good in the car, but I never use it, to be honest. Just listen to the engine. I do have
listen to that. How many other people, like, when they're driving their car, just don't listen to music? I love listening to music when I drive, but there is sometimes I like to just turn it down, and when I give it a bit of shit, just you listen to the engine, listen to the exhaust note. Like, yeah, how many other people do that when they're driving around?
The bass is actually pretty good in the car, but I never use it, to be honest. Just listen to the engine. I do have the AccuAir self-leveling airbag system, especially made for the BC coilovers, so it drives like a normal car. The car was originally navy blue, but I just wanted to have a unique colour on it. I realised when I went home one day.
See, he wanted to go for a unique colour, which is cool. I think more people should do that. There's a club, I think it's Status NZ. Shout out to you guys. They've got like Audi RS3s, RS4s and all that. They've all wrapped their cars different colours, which is cool. Adds a bit of colour into the community rather than your just dull grey, white, blue, red, black. You know, it's cool to see real out there colours that a lot of people don't have. Gets hate, but you know, bad publicity is good publicity, I guess. It's better than no publicity. And it's cool, just makes it stand out, bit of you.
But I just wanted to have a unique colour on it. I realised when I went home one day and I saw my Kawasaki ZX-10, I said, why not just make it green? The paint is Glazerite. The colour code is Kawasaki 777, and that suits the car because it is an RX-7.
Look at that, those hood vents, where is it? There we go. Oh, that carbon fibre hood vents. That car just as a whole looks so good. The only thing that personally I would like on it is at the rear. Can't see where I'm pointing, but on the rear of the car, I quite like those little ducktail spoilers. I think that would just, for me, tie it together just that last little bit. But look, man, he seems to be pretty happy with it. It's his car, it's his build. Good on him. It still at the end of the day looks stunning.
Color code is Kawasaki 777, and that suits the car because it is an RX-7. I do have compliments about the color, like a lot of people liked it, but cops hate it. So after 7 years of hard work in building the car, I can say it is a reflection of myself. Just want something bright and silky smooth.
That's awesome.
First I wanted to do a few years of the car show scene, if I can win a few awards, and after that go to roll racing, go to the track and just enjoy it.
That's awesome. Oh, listen to
The thing that keeps me
that.
going
That sounds
is
so
the
good.
20B Bridgeport sound, the buzz, when the car shakes, and you know you're going to put in first gear and you're going to give it a hit.
Let's listen to that again. Oh, I just love the sound of a rotary. I'm falling more and more in love with them as I own the RX-8. I love LSs, I like RBs, I love 2Js, 1Js. All different sounds, cool different applications, but just there's something about the rotary that, love it or hate it for its reliability and all this, they just sound so cool.
The thing that keeps me going is the 20B Bridgeport sound, the buzz, when the car shakes, and you know you're going to put in first gear and you're going to give it a hit, and the E85 smell coming out, yeah, and the boost comes on, yeah, it's the best feeling.
Nice. There we go, that's the end of it. Cheers everyone, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this NZ Octane Reacts video, reacting on a car rather than just motorsport. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.